Hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra CCC. So, today we are gonna go ahead and finish up with Chapter 1, and that means going to confront Rin in her labyrinth. So, without anything else, let's go ahead into the schoolyard. See if this guy has anything to say. When you want to return from the Saber labyrinth, you can either exit either the entrance or the checkpoint. You could also use a return crystal to come back. That is no joke, when you think things are getting too hot, come back to your school right away. Alright, and without anything else, let's go to the goal point. It's really nice, we can just go straight here, no problems. And we can also save here immediately. So there's no problem at all. So this is really just straightforward, and like the Fate Extra, where you had to like each boss fight had a prelude of a dialogue, of a very lengthy dialogue. At least we can save right here at the end. Alright, Kiara, how are you doing? I see. This is a mental wall that is formed in the labyrinth. Now that I actually see it, it's quite seductive. Seductive? Why not just use the word ugly or beautiful? Because this figure is unable to visualize its true feelings, making it a prisoner of its own heart. Its anguish, shadow, is proof of it exists. The mental wall of this scale cannot be formed without an outstanding force of will. Its strength, its suffering, together. How else can one describe these towering sensations if not seductive? So, let's end this our chat here. Once you enter, my voice will no longer reach you. You'll also be unable to exit of your own will. Only after persuading the heart's owner will you be allowed to escape. Are you ready? No problem, let's go. There is really nothing else to do, so on we go. I nod in response to Kiara's question. I'm more than prepared to confront Rin myself, Rin's true self. Good. Then I shall have you converted into finer quasi-spirituals, Hakuno. Huh? Just a master. You're leaving the servant as is? Of course. I will run my processes for Saber, but a servant needs only align with their master spiritual rank to materialize. Furthermore, once Master Hakuno's quasi-spiritual's rank changes, their servant's quasi-rank will automatically follow suit. Servants think that they are master's bio level, huh? Things are getting more occultish by the minute. Sakura, please begin your support. Relax and do as I instructed you. Yes, ma'am. I'll do my best. I'll use my calculated capabilities to get there with a margin error no greater than 0.0001%. Good luck. I'll be taking your word for it now. Hakuno, close your eyes and relax, and trust your consciousness to me.
では、十字を盛り、仏性を移しまろびましょう。法雲、前奏、不動、音行、厳然、難消、縁、名地、陸、官位。電脳体から魂の概念を一時的に分離、純粋な情報体に分解、変換した後、サイズ、フォルムの概念をボーダーに固定、数値をなした遠坂凛に代入、心象空間の深部領域に到達後、電脳体として再構成。スパイラルスタート。キアラス。
Whoops, sorry. And there we go. My consciousness blurs into white. Kiara's voice trickles my ear as it drips in. My thoughts are slowed down by its warmth. 1 second feels like 1,000. 1,000 seconds feel like a day. It feels as though I'm drifting endlessly into my own self. Before long, my consciousness separates from Hakuno Kishinami's body. I fall into another person's self, a side of someone who has never been touched. bag descends into the darkness, like a roller coaster racing across an amusement park at night. Does this mean I'm going to the center of the heart?
聞こえる？それとも伝わっている？私の声は、心は、誰かに分かってもらえている？なんてどうでもいいことだけど、分かってもらえなくていい、伝わっていなくていい。大事なのは私自身。私が納得する生き方を送りたいだけ。そのために全てを支配すると決めただけ。聞きなさい。そこの無害っぽくひょこひょこ現れてはこっちの関心を引いたり、世話を焼かずにはいられなくなる小動物系女子。私は新しい月の女王。それを邪魔するあなたには私のグレートさを理解させなくちゃいけないの。
Yeah, sure, whatever.
分かって。地面を這いつくばる働きありに私の苦悩は眩しすぎる。当たり前の水準が違う連中にはそれが時にキーに移るだけ。そうよ、私はいつだって全力なの。その文武両道、才色兼備、優雅な決心が。面倒を見てあげた後にアフターケアの優しい言葉までかけてあげなきゃいけないのよ。みんな贅沢すぎ、心の傍熟、精神の暇。私はもう我慢できない。親が優しく指導なんてもう時代じゃないわ。これからは厳しく支配。これよこれ。お金見ていなさい。全部残らず絞り取ってあげるから。それが転じてあなたたちのためってこと。
It's like the hidden side of Erin that she doesn't want anyone to see.
金どころか心の浪費も許さぬとはとんだ臨食さだな。しかし蔵に黄金を溜め込んだところで使わなければ話にならぬ。貯めるだけの財貨は国を滅ぼす。心と同じであろう。派手に使わねば潰れるぞ、ウィン。
I agree with Saber's muttering. Rin was always a girl who coveted money and was strict with slackers, but I expected her to accept the peculiarities and freedom such as much.
とにかく私は疲れたの。変な決めつけもたくさんなの。どうかな、あいつの頭を渡したいの。そうよ、私がやっていることの意味くらいすぐに気がつきなさいよ。そりゃ確かに言葉も態度も分かりにくいかもしれないけど仕方ないでしょ。言葉にするのは恥ずかしいんだから。いいじゃない、うるさい、分かりなさいよ。分かるわけないけど。そうよ、分かるわけがない。だってみんなかかしだもの。真面目に考えてるのは私だけだもの。あなたは家畜、みんなは備蓄、私は貯蓄。これで OK、 オール OK。 どう？完璧なマニフェストでしょ。惚れ惚れなさい。みんな私がやってあげるから。だからあなたはただ黙って言うことを聞いていればいいの。絶対に悪いようにはしないんだから。
Hold on, I take issue with this. Let's just save this. Hold on, I take issue with this.
世も同意見だ。恥じらう乙女かと思って聞いていれば下手な詐欺師の主張になっているからな。
Speak up a bit, Saber. I can barely hear you with the sound. How loud this music. Might have to turn down the music after this.
リン、その方針ではいずれ貴様が全ての敵になってしまうぞ。何よ、ブンブンと虫みたいにうるさいわね。まだ私に逆らうの？信じらんない。これだけ言っても分かってくれないなんて。いいわ、こんなに有能な私を信用できないあなたなんてもう知らない。知らないから知らない。だって私は女王なんだから好きにしたっていいじゃない。月の女王、いいえ、月だけじゃない。この地球も宇宙も世界も全てのものの女王なのよ。私は私が正しいと思うこと を苦しめてもくれないくせに、何も何も全然何にもできないくせに。
Rin's unconscious screams reverberate out. Her voice sharply shreds out intruders, but at the same time, it's heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking thing, because within her egotistical claims, the voice crying out for help is wavering in and out. But our voices don't reach Rin. The time spent attending these roller coasters is about listening to the sounds of unconscious emotions that have been stifled up until now. All we can do now is simply let ourselves flow with it. A seemingly endless journey through a delusional mind. After experiencing a moment, or perhaps an eternity of time, I caught sight of the center of Rin's mind. There we go, finally reaching the end.
Hontou来たのね。人の秘密を盗み見るに飽き足らず、心の奥まで土足で踏み入る。ここが法治国家なら即投獄、無期懲役の永久労働ってところだけど、私の心の中であることに感謝なさい。私は寛大なの。これぐらいの無礼、まだ子供の遊びと流してあげるわ。
Oh, sorry, Rin, but we have to go through. Rin boldly glares at the intruders. This is the Rin I remember, different from the mentally and emotionally unstable Rin up until now. Bringing with confidence, vigilant to her surroundings, and never letting herself get provoked. There's no doubt that's the real Rin Tosaka.
ようやく話のわかる凛が出てきたな。かとここに至って話し合いもないが、なぜ我が奏者を月の裏側に引きずり込んだ。何が目的なのだ、凛。目的？そんなの必要だからに決まっているじゃない。あなたたちは私に仕える働きありよ。この月の裏側で力尽きるまで強制労働をする奴隷ってこと。
Very different from Fate Extra, Rin, which you wanted freedom for everyone, essentially. Rin said it as if it was obvious. It's no different than bleeding out the NPCs and masters of their blood in that torture chamber. Until now, I would avert my eyes, thinking to myself, this isn't the real Rin, but that was a mistake. Whenever she's real or fake, any Rin that says that those kinds of things deserves a hard slap in the face.
あら、目から迷いが消えたわね。そうでなくちゃ面白くないわ。私はあなたたちをこき使ってこの迷宮を広げていく。そしてムーンセルの中枢にたどり着いてシステムを手に入れる。強大な力は選ばれた人間が管理しなくてはならない。生まれ持って統治する責任を帯びたもの、それが貴族というものよ。
Yeah, this is very different from Extra Rin, which he had basically the opposite feelings.
本当言うとすっごく面倒だし、私的にはぶっ壊したいんだけど、なぜか管理したくて仕方がないのよ。それでこそリンよ。いいえ、クイーンと呼ぶべきかしら。あなたはムーンセルを手に入れるのだものね。そうよ、あなたたちもランサーを見習って遠坂凛ではなく女王様と呼びなさい。そう、さあ言いなさい。声高らかに歌うように。これが最後のチャンスよ。
Rin looks down on me. She appears composed, but as a matter of fact, her eyes are dodging about. I should say. Alright, so that's everyone. Your Majesty, please calm yourself.
落ち着いてるわよ。静かな海より冷静沈着だっての。なんかムカつくわね、その返答。
This question really is going nowhere. All the now decide who wins and loses by force. Alright, let's take a look at the other options. Your Majesty, have you not been deceived?
騙されてる。そんなことあるわけないじゃない。私、本気で月の女王なんだからね。
And finally, let's go for the one I like the most. How are you liking that mini skirt?
女王様って呼べ。あんた鬼？最後ぐらい言うこと聞いても罰当たらないじゃない。
This gets really going nowhere. All that's left now is to decide who will win or lose by force. But there's one last thing I want to confirm. Why is Rin so obsessed with being queen, I wonder? Don't girls long to be the princesses?
バカね、プリンセスより断然クイーンよ。だって王女じゃ国の予算を好きに使えないじゃん。
Yeah, sounds about right. Even Hakuno. Alright, let's take her down. I think that's best for the world, the people, and the moon cell.
その息やよし。だがリンよ、コッコは民と未来のもの。女王であろうと私物化はできぬものだ。
Yeah, you gotta remember that the Nero in this world is not the is a tyrant, but not as crazy as the real world is.
忠告するが、その考えでは待つのは破滅のみ。ま、それでも世は好きに使ったがな。
That is also true.
何よ、人を悪者みたいに。いいわ。こうなったらどっちが正しいか決着をつけてあげる。行くわよランサー。私たちは選ばれた貴族であることを証明するのよ。
Alright, so as I did with the Fate Extra boss fight, I am gonna lose on purpose because there's extra scenes if you lose.
おいしそうよ、あなた。派手にぶちまけてもらおうかしら。
Live or die by the
覚
sword.
悟は良いな、リン。そのたまりにたまった贅肉、世と奏者がまるっとそぎ落としてやろう。貯めたのは税金だってば。ダンサー、手加減無用よ。あのピチピチセイバーをやっちゃって。言われるまでもないわ。あのサーバット、私好みの子だもの。たっぷりと味わってあげる。
Alright, let's go ahead and save, and I'm gonna lose on purpose, meaning I'm just gonna do everything bad.
まあ、それ、それ。
There we go.
世の力が足りなかったのだな。
You can retry the battle, but that's not.
ライブの必要はなさそうね。所詮は三流サーバント。私の歌を聴かせるまでもなかったわ。これでお気に召して、リン。女王の望み通り、バカな愚民たちは、私の槍でお仕置きしてあげたけど。
Red drops fall from the tip of Lancer's spear. Drip, drip. That's Saber's blood. Lancer's spear is pointed straight at the bottom of our necks. If we move even the slightest, we'll get stabbed in the head immediately. But this is enough to make us beg for our lives. Due to Saber's defeat, my body is also beginning to rapidly lose its high heat. Servant and Master share the same fate. If a servant vanishes, the Master too.
いいえ、それは月の表側の話。聖杯戦争においてサーバントの消滅はマスターの消滅だった。戦闘代行者を失ったマスターには存在価値がないとムーンセルが決めたから。でも、
Yeah.
ここは月の裏側。
This follows regular Holy Grail rules, meaning if the servant dies, the Master still lives.
ルールは女王である私が決めるわ。喜びなさい。あなたにはまだ利用価値がある。
Utility? Does it mean maybe to do hard level until I die, maybe?
そんなわけないでしょ。あんたね、人を何だと思ってるの？あなたを欲しがってるのは私だけじゃないのよ。まずはあの方に献上する約束なの。
I wonder who
そ
that
れじゃ
is.
ランサー、気絶させて。その後箱に詰めて持っていくから。仰せのままに。さよなら、哀れなコリス。ここで死んだ方が幸せだったのにね。
Lancer's spear menacingly pierces my chest. With a sharp pain, my consciousness abruptly cuts out. After that, heaven knows when I'll wake up again. That end. So yeah, there's the a lot more to losing than normal, than Fate Extra, which is basically just almost just 2 lines of dialogue from the enemy, and then copy-pasted dialogue. Anyways, let's go ahead and do the stuff. And let's go for this and this. There we go. I think this should be good. Let's see. Even you got hit. We got hit. We got a nice break there. Even and nicely done. Lancer doesn't have that much health.
月の女王の前に消費税も所得税も出ないよね。消費何それ。手も足も出ないじゃなくて。
Let's guard just in case. Let's go for this. Let's go for this, and this. Good old tribal strategy. Got no stun first. Lancer, Saber is really defensive. There's really no need to worry about getting hit once by these kills. We can try to buff ourselves in the when she goes for let's heal up then. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. Actually pretty good since we can do this. And let's go for this twice, and there we go. Having items that let us restore our servant's MP means we can rely a lot more on skills with Saber and Archer too. She gets blood, not blood, HP recovery by hit right now, or actually just normal HP recovery. Anyways, we can go ahead and I'm gonna use hack because I'm pretty sure she's gonna use skill right there. And let's go for this, and this. We still got a hit in. We got hit, which sucks. We got hit twice, but we still got 2 hits in. Anyways, let's get ourselves a bit of. Let's go for items then. Let's go for healing here. Guard, just in case. Go for this. I guess we should go for this. We got stunned, which sucks. Nothing really we can do about that. We have to eat the 100 damage. That sucks. That's 2, and that is even. Damn. Alright, on to the next one. Hack again. And let's go for this. Does quite a bit good amount of damage. Let's go for this. No, this. Let's see how it works. We didn't get stunned, which is awesome. Nice. Then, alright, we got it. We're good.
まず強いっていうかしつこいっていうかだから巻き返して尻尾を振るのよあれはめったに見せないのあなたの方こそ魔力を回しなさいリン
Alright, so she is not gonna use her actual noble phantasm here, but she's gonna use something similar, so be careful. Yeah, let's go for this. We didn't get stunned, which is great. Yeah, we got evened again. Suck. Alright, and there we go. And Let's try this one and then this. Let's go.
華麗に決めよう。良きに計らえ。
There we go. Nice critical. That sucks. We got one. We got two. Awesome. She's less health than us.
ここで決めるわ。
There we go.
ダンサー、全力を出しちゃって。ご指名なら断れないわね。スローテンポのバラードでいいかしら。
Again, she is not gonna use her actual noble phantasm. I'm pretty sure she's not doing that. But let's take a look just in case. Nice. Alright, thankfully we got healed pretty much close.
いいわ。恥ずかしいけど見せてあげる。
Yeah, see? That's not her actual noble phantasm. If you know, if you've played Grand Order,
ただの三流サーバントじゃないってわけ。あんたね、あんだけ私から血液持って行ってとどめをさせなかったっていうの？
you know what her actual noble phantasm is. Anyways, let's go for this. We should be able to do one of this, and this should finish her off. I don't know how that little thing recovers, so let's take a look. Oh, pretty. It needed enough for one. About what I expected. Nicely done, and the other event should be enough to finish her off. There we go. That ends them. It's pretty much trial and error. There's no exact way to know what she's gonna use, so bring more healing items than I did, and you should be able to do it no problem. But it's not quite over yet. We defeated her. Neither my strength or Saber's has recovered, but that's still what they used to be. But we still took Rin and Lancer head on and crushed them.
ああ、負けちゃったわけね。まあ、いいけど、所詮はリハーサル。今回はあくまで前座だもの。じゃあね、リン。一時のパートナーだったけど、あなた、割と可愛かったわよ。
That's right, we are gonna meet Lancer in a later time. Meaning we're gonna have to fight her multiple times, which is, it can be annoying to some people, but I quite like Lancer, so it's nice to fight her multiple times.
私は負けてない。そうしゃよ。あとはそなたの仕事だ。サーバントを倒したところで心の解決にはならない。さあ、遠慮なく思いを叩きつけよ。そなたの言葉でリンの心を打ち負かすのだ。
Encouraged by Saber, I approach Rin. Once it disappeared, there's no longer any threats. If I can just persuade Rin, and now everything will be settled.
なめるな。こうなったら最後の手段。あんただけでも道連れにしてあげるわ。
Saber turns around right away, but it's too late. My outstretched hand catches only air, like a ship caught in the whirlpool. Hakuno Kishinami's consciousness sank into darkness. Where am I? Just now, the world completely changed. Rin isn't here, Saber isn't here. I don't feel any sense of reality. Could it be inside the sculpture of Rin?
そうよ。ここならサーバントも助けに来ない。正真正銘、私とあなただけの一対一の密室。というか、牢獄ね。悪いけど出口はないわ。ここは私の心だもの。あなたは一生、ここに閉じ込められるのよ。
I see. This is the center of Rin's mind. The part that became a stagnant, muddied restraint dress. There she is.
落ち着いてるじゃない。もう誰も助けに来られないのよ。出口もないのよ。パニクらないの？
No need. Technically, I may actually be speechless, but I'm feeling strangely relaxed because this is sort of her mind. All I have to do to defeat Rin is all I have to do is defeat Rin with words.
なんですって打ち負かすって私に捕まったくせに
Well, rather than defeat, I mean physically punish. I don't know the reason why, but Rin injured many NPCs and did a number on me as well. Time for some retribution. Since this is Rin's mind, there's nowhere she can run.
望むところよかかってきなさい負けないから何を言われようが完全否定して返り討ちにしてやるわ
The stagnation of her mind turned into thorns to repel me. Don't worry, I have enough of a shot at winning. I'll make good use of the SGs that I've collected up until now and make Rin repent. And this is part 2 of the boss fight.
何この意志力普段とは違うちょっとかっこいいかも何言ってるんだ私油断は禁物全力で拒絶しないと私を反省させるとか言ったけど私の何が悪いっていうの
First, let's review. Rin wants to collect more wealth, more cash than she needs. She kept saying that the only thing she believes is in money. What was it called again? Money worship.
それのどこが悪いのよそりゃ可愛くないかもしんないけどお金はそう未来よ研究するにも戦争するにもデートするにもお金が必要じゃない部屋で動画サイト見るより豪華ペアプレミアムシートで映画見たいでしょマネーイズラブパワーでしょ
Going to the movies with Rin, huh? That might be fun to do once we get out of here. Well, searching around for hidden gem videos sounds fun too.
誰が一緒にいたなんて言ったのよ一緒なら何でも面白くなっちゃうかもなんて思ってないんだから
There goes the tsundere part. This is what it's called. What is it called? Obviously. Templation. Overly self-conscious.
違うそんなのじゃないわお約束だのツンデレだの勝手に人のこと決めつけないで私は自分の好きにしているだけなのよ自分で決めて自分で準備して自分で責任取ってそれの何が悪いの自分自身の支配者であることは人間の義務その放棄はただの怠惰よ
Speaking of dominating, to be human is to sometimes want to slack off, Haku. That's why she jumps from extreme to extreme, placing herself in positions that contradict who she truly is. She possesses a desire that seems to seek taboo. Rin's final secret is, I think it's semantics, but I think it's submission desire.
うるさいうるさいうるさいそんなことはしちゃいけない流されちゃいけないことなのよ判断も評価も行動も感情も頭の先から爪の先血の1グラム涙の1滴だって自分のものじゃないなんてどんなに甘美に見えたってそれは人としての尊厳をいいえそうなったらもう人じゃないんだから気にする必要なんて
This isn't going to work. She's being too hard on herself and now wants an escape route. It's all fleeting tricks of her imagination, nothing more than taboo. I need to tell her to do it straight. Okay, now this is basically Danganronpa. Choose the correct. How do you say it? Choose the correct dialogue, or you get a life stricken. Anyways, get a grip, you capitalist bitch.
何よいきなり大声出してしかも犬って言った
I did. However, to be exact, she's a capitalist bitch.
犬の前に最悪な単語があった気がしたんだけど何かの聞き間違いかしら
And now we get to do that. From what I remember, don't hesitate, just go. You should know better than anyone.
自覚なんてない ないもん。私は合理的かつ優雅な拝見主義者なだけで犬なんかじゃ。違うったら、なんで叱られてホッとしてるの私。こんなの私じゃない。はあ、でもなんかすごく楽になってきた。どうして？私やっぱり犬なの？違う、絶対違う。私はいつでも理性的なんだから。高度すぎて理解できないだろうけど、ちゃんと先のことまで考えて動いているんだから。私は完璧なの。そうでなくちゃいけないの。ただの一度も弱音を吐くわけにはいかないんだってば。
Yeah, basically, she has to be in control every time. So having a little bit someone relinquish control to someone is a nice little day off for her, but she can't really afford in every day. You sound like a piggy squealing.
泣き声って私泣いてないもん。当然の主張してるだけだってば。なんでそんなひどいことばっかり言うの？なんで本当の私を見てくれないの？
What I'm saying isn't the same as what I'm doing. Still, please understand my inner thoughts. She's acting like a spoiled brat. The Rin Tosaka I knew never whined like that. No one can see the real Rin Tosaka anyways. Knowing this, Rin acts strict to everyone, readying herself to be hated by others. That's what's so kind and beautiful about Rin Tosaka. But what about right now? She keeps pushing only her thoughts. While she's confronted, she bawls. How can anyone properly think about their future like that? Ridiculous. Right now, all Rin is thinking about is herself.
だって私だってたまには楽になりたくて素直になってみたかったの。何よ、それが悪いの？自分のこと考えたっていいじゃない。自分が一番可愛いのは当然でしょ。
Alright, I think it's take Nintendo responsibility to the very end. There we go.
やめて、もうやめてください。言うことを聞きます。私言うことを聞きますから。責任を取るのは嫌なの。だって素直になれない。責任なんて持ったら言いたいことも言えないの。
That was a given. However, still, Tosaka is the one here insisting on having her own way. Despite bearing both the responsibility of guiding people and being hated by people, Rin Tosaka still has her pride.
そんなこと言われたって私は自分が可愛いの。それが自然なんだって気づいたの。今さら何が正しいなんて。
It's obvious. It's natural to think I'm the cutest, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. If there's anything to be actually embarrassed about, it's people who think only I'm cute. Why is Rin so hard on people? It's because she can't ignore the potential in the person she's looking at. Strict with others and herself, that's Rin.
そっか、それでいいんだ。これが私。本当は弱いくせに精一杯強がって最後まで強がってみせる私。そうよね、それが遠坂凛だった。私が一番好きな私の信念。ああ、気持ちいいけど恥ずかしい。全部見られちゃうのって。でもこれでいいのよね。心の底の自分だけは変えられない。私はこれでいいんだ。ここから出たら忘れちゃうだろうけど感謝してるわ。ありがとう、私を解放してくれて。
And there we go. We saved Rin.
うん、でもこれだけは言わせて。後で一発思いっきり殴らせて。
I think it's fair.
何よこれ。私なんで倒れてるの？
I rush over to Rin to help her sit up. Holding Rin in my arms, I feel a warm heat of her body. Unlike Sakura, I don't have a method for measuring someone's vitals, but from this alone I could tell she was alright.
あれ私どうして確か赤いランサーと契約して
I think everyone in this game is like colorblind or something, because no way that's red.
誰よ赤いランサーって顔を思い出せるのにそれ以外全然思い出せない私どうなってるのっていうかここどこ今まで何があったの
Rin seems to have forgotten about Lancer, since hiding things shouldn't make her angry because somewhere down the line I explained everything that happened up until now, particularly about how she declared herself queen, and about the money as power system in detail. Look at her face.
待ってよ待って何それじゃもしかしてさっきまでのあれ夢じゃないの私なんかすごいことしてなかったしていたぞ普段の凛とはかけ離れた欲望むき出しの姿だった味もつないまでの味私なんだってあんなことを
Rin reflects on things with great vexation. I'm sorry, this sorry side of hers is enough to make me want to write off all her past misdeeds. In that case, the battle is over now. All that's left is to have Rin take us out of here, return to the school, and leave the far side of the moon. Then everything will be settled. Well, all that matters is that you're back to normal now. I say with a smile.
一件落着ってそうだったこんなことをしている場合じゃないのよ早くあいつを何とかしないと私たち全員永久にここから出られないもっとひどいことになる
You didn't think Rin was the actual final boss, right?
レオも外にいるのよね急いで話をしないとでもどうやってここから出ればいいんだっけ
You have to let us out.
私を叩けばいいのよし私を叩いて気絶するぐらい叩けば目覚めるはず何を焦っているんですか
There we go.
時間なんてそれこそ無限にあるじゃないですか
Here comes the star of the show.
落ち着きましょう月の女王様あなたたちはどうあがいてもあらゆることに間に合わないんですから
What was that voice just now? We should be the only ones here. What on earth is going on here?
あいつよマスターを月の裏側に引きずり込んで私を捕まえて迷宮に組み込んだ元凶あなたもこっちにいるのなら覚えはない聖杯戦争中黒いのに襲われた時今の女の声を聞かなかった
Huh. Yeah, that voice from the roof engulfed in black noise. That voice was the same as this one now.
そうです私があなたたちを陥れた元凶ムーンセルの半分月の裏側を支配する本当の月の女王はじめまして哀れな子羊さんそしてようこそめくるめく桜迷宮へ叩くのはなし外に出たらあいつにまた捕まっちゃう様子を見てどうするんですか急いでいたのはリンさんなのにまあリンさんなんてもうどうでもいいんですけど初めての人もいるんだしここは初回サービスということで特別扱いしなくちゃですよねちょっと待ってください今そっちに行ってあげますからまあ実際の話
The wall dissolved. There we
こ
go.
の通り先輩には逃げる時間さえあげませんけどね
There she is. Seeing a young girl draped in a black mantle, any master would know who this was. Even Hakuna Kishinami recognizes that face. The face of a young AI girl who until now was searching this labyrinth with me. The place belongs to none other than...
こんにちは。はじめまして、先輩。もう後戻りはできませんから、覚悟してズタズタになってくださいね。
The young lady giggles, cackles with a charming, wicked grin. Indeed, this young girl is the Sakura. Her aura and mannerisms all filled with evil. There's no doubt this is Sakura. But is this really who Sakura is?
はあ？私がさくらなのかですって？馬鹿にしないでください。頭のてっぺんからつま先まで違います。私はさくらであってさくらではない存在。もうあんな管理 AI ではないんです。私の名前は BB。
There we go.
何の略称かはご想像にお任せします。ベベでもベイビーでもお好きにどうぞ。
There we go. There, I can say her name finally. There comes BB. Kinda crazy that she only shows up in this game in grand order and no other. I don't remember if there's any mention of her in Extella or and I haven't played Link, so I don't know anything about that one. So yeah, there's that.
ベベだと雅さが足りぬなだな。しかしさくらであってさくらでないとはどういうことだ？
Saber is also alarmed by the anomaly of the situation. This Sakura, or Bibi as she calls herself, has kidnapped countless masters and packed the school with noise, and even put Rin through something like that.
でも先輩、せっかく助けてあげたのにどうしてわざわざ出てくるんですか？甘やかすだけのいい子ちゃんのところでぬるぬるお気楽ラブ&コメディな生活でもしてればよかったのに。なのに出てきたってことはまだお仕置きが足りないってことですよね。先輩。
A chill shot down my spine. What's this bizarre oppressive mood in the air? These nerves are unlike any I've felt in battle. It's as if literally it's horror rising from space itself getting crushed.
もしもし、もしもし、聞こえますか？急にモニターが黒く染まったのですが、そちらで何か。レオ、急いで転移を。私がフォローするから早く。この層はもう普通のアリーナよ。転移だってできるはず。今の声はミス遠坂。さくら、ミス遠坂の引き戻しを迅速に。事情は後で。スピード優先です。急いで。はい。生徒会の全リソース強制退出に回します。あら、もうお帰りですか？そんな急ごしらえの転移プログラムじゃ迷宮の壁は破れないと思いますけど。でも判断は大正解です。勝てない敵には立ち向かわない。黄色は危険、まだいけるはデッドフラグ。これに懲りたら校舎から出ないでずっと引きこもっていてくださいね。
Yeah, that we really aren't gonna do that, BB.
安全地帯から一歩も出ないでいればそのうちハッピーエンドが落ちてきます。本当ですよ。だってどんなに待っても終わりがないなんて最高の最終回じゃないですか。
Nah,
連
man.
載の引き伸ばしとか大好きでしょ。
Sorry, BB. I like a good ending. Even if it's a shitty ending, I like when things end. BB, the girl in black keeps jeering at us. All we know is that she was the same face as Sakura. While we don't know much, should we really run from her? If BB claims to be the mastermind, we should capture her. Right.
そんな疲れ切った状態で戦える相手じゃないわよ、あいつは。
Yeah, it's very true. We're only after the first boss. No way we can fight the last one.
分かってるの？あいつは128体のサーバント、そのほとんどを食べた怪物なのよ。サーバントを分解してその記憶容量を取り込んで今じゃもう手のつけられないギガストラクチャー、それがあいつ。
What the? She consumed 128 servants. Almost, not all of them. That means the tragedy that occurred during the school preliminaries really happened. She's the one who caused it.
そうですよ。私の計算能力はセラフの書き換え可能域に達しています。世界のルールを左右できる存在です。だからちょっとかわいそうですから先輩のお手伝いをしてあげますね。
If you think about it, she's kind of like a cancer.
その転移プログラムじゃ桜迷宮の壁は越えられませんから。はいです。
And she blew us away. Just as it's blowing a soap bubble, Phoebe presses her lips and blows out. Meanwhile, the gravity surrounding it lightens, as if under her influence. Then she speaks.
これで分かってもらいました。私は BB ムーンスルを飲み込んだ新しい月の支配者です。あなたたちに救いの道はありません。それでも私をどうにかしたいのなら、そうですね、校舎に隠れている人たちと一緒に力を合わせて頑張ってみてください。ほら、0.00001% の確率にかけるとか、いかにもゲームの醍醐味です。まあそれって性格的にはゼロとみなしていいんですけど
I think Phoebe has to speak up because these sound effects are really killing me. Well, I'll say one bad thing about this game is it has pretty bad audio mixing, which is kind of a bit rich coming from me, but whatever. The labyrinth and BB become more and more distant. Due to the forced teleport, my consciousness fades to black. Within that darkness, I hear a voice. The voice of our enemy, who said she would change the rule of this world. I hear the beautiful, hate-filled voice of that girl.
それじゃあゲームを始めましょう。あなたたちは無慈悲な夜の女王の囚人。
That's right, baby, this was all the prologue. Now the real game starts.
一人一人ゆっくり確実に終わりをあげます。
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Let's
期
go.
待していますよ、先輩。あなたは最後まで生き残ってくださいね。
And that's it. Nice to have an actual intro for once. The intro for Extra was a bit lacking, not in the song department, but in the visuals. Basically, just showing normal gameplay. And I do think this is gonna be it for now. It's gonna be, let me see. I think it's gonna be slightly shorter than usual. Yeah, a little bit shorter than usual. But yeah, I think it's a nice stopping point here. We are gonna save a game, and that's where we're gonna stop. All right, everyone. As I said before, this was basically the prologue, basically just teaching us how the game was gonna go, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, what else can I say for now? Yeah, we're gonna indirectly be fighting BB. She's basically the final boss, as much as obvious, and we are gonna be fighting her minions until the very end. So that's gonna be it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Fate Extra CCC. Ciao.